will need is your long pole for balance. If you're wanting weights for some of the movements, have them, and or neck or kneeling, excuse me, neck or kneeling, your TheraBand. My pad is called TheraBand brand. Your pad of some sort. Otherwise, find sits bones difference, abs gently drawn in, and just start a little rocking action. Roll those shoulders, give a little no on the neck. Inhale, exhale as we go. So these don't have to be high releves. They're just a matter of finding a little bit of balance, a little bit of movement into the ankles, and then pubic bone, belly button, rib cage, all the way up. We're just drawing up gently. And then let's go a little more purposeful on that calf raise. There is Miss Kylie on. Perfect. So let's releve up and bring it down and rise up and down. And one more time. Morning, Kylie. And let's pulse it up. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Heels together, toes apart. Doesn't have to be big. And lift and lower. So kind of peek down just briefly as you're doing your calf raises. A sickle means you're kind of rolling out on your baby toe. And what happens is the knees and the hips are both directly affected by that. So in not necessarily a great way. So try and come up big toe, second toe, third toe. Having said that, bunions or arthritis can make issues in those big toes. So it's kind of not an option sometimes. So if that's the case and they're kind of sore any given day, just come up a little less. Pulse it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. And let's go toes together, heels apart. Small internal, doesn't have to be massive. Lift and lower. Inhale as you lengthen, exhale as you lower. Let's go 2 more. And last one, and then just gently pulse that up. Let's go 5, 4, 3, lower it down. Heel toe out a little wider, your shoulder width. And let's just kind of find our first squat. So same thing in the squat. I'm neutral spine, neutral pelvis. I'm just going to rock. So we did this last time we used the pole. We just kind of ran it down the back just to make sure we were finding neutral. What I notice right away for me always is my head is forward of that neutral. So I'm just going to bring my head back in line. I'm not forcing the small of my back into that pole. I'm just keeping it nice and strong. And then go ahead and use that pole for balance or keep it there if you want. Yeah, it's perfectly fine there if you want to keep it there. Now, a more purposeful lift and lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. And your squat can be as deep as you'd like it here. Go ahead and keep those heels lifted. Move through the knee and the hip. Pulse it. 4, 3, 2. Pull that pole towards you as you roll up and then lower the heels. Go singles. Squat, releve, grow tall and lower. Just a natural breath. Squat, releve, grow tall and lower. Let's reverse that. Rise up, tall, squat down. Lower the heels, take that pole, place it in front of you if you're holding it behind the back, and just press right out. So remember, the arm on the top is going to get more stretch. You can always change it. If you're flat back here, see if you can bend your knees and untuck your tailbone so you get a little bit of an anterior tilt happening there. And then increase that inhale, exhale as we drop into our chest line, expand through those rib cage. And then bend the knees, pull that pole towards you and just press into it a little bit as you lift your heart and just push away with that pole and give me some wiggles here. So we're not worrying, we're just doing a gentle zipper. We're more so getting that torso moving. I'm going to take the pole, drop it off to one side and then take it, drop it off to the other. So it's going with my side to side movement. I'm going to inhale, exhale nice and big, and then come back to center. Peel it down, bend the knees, hips, ankles. Now I've switched which hand is on top, and I'm sending my booty out and dropping again. The higher my hands are also on that pole, the more stretch I'll get as I drop my chest line past my hand position, if doable, right? Listen to your shoulders. And then bend the knees, slowly come all the way up, and just roll those shoulders for me. Go ahead and take that pole into your hands, and I'm just facing face on, lateral rotation. I'm going to come all the way down, place the hands either on the shins, quads, or floor, extend those legs up and look through your legs through to the wall behind you. Give a little poodle wag down here. So I'm just sort of wiggling from one side to the other. My head is dangling at the very top of my spine, and I'm just sort of spiraling from left to right Inhale, exhale as you go. Bend the knees, slowly articulate all the way up. Take your hands as wide as that bar, well, it depends on your bar, quite wide. Bring it all the way up. And from here, I'm just going to bend my elbows. It's going to go just behind my shoulders. I'm going to lift my heart and then bring it back and go again. So now I've rested it just on the edge. If that's really tight, you can hold it here in front, okay? Not everyone's shoulders are going to go back there. Just lift that heart, open it up. Bring it back to center. Let's do 2 more. A little lift of the heart as you expand. And bring it back. And 1 more time. Thinking a gentle zipper. Lift the heart. Bring it all the way back. Bring those arms all the way around. Bend knees, hips, ankles. Again, can go on your quads or all the way down to the floor. On my floor one, I'm going right down. And just kind of test the water. So if those hips are a bit miffy, you're a little higher doing this. Maybe right where it's the elbows on the quads, or all the way down, and just kind of listen from left to right, how that's kind of feeling. Knees, hips, ankles are all being affected here. Inhale, exhale as you spiral. And then find yourself nice and strong. Slowly lengthen up again, keeping the upper body dangling down. Look through your legs. Bring your feet more parallel sets, and then peel it all the way up. Roll those shoulders at the top. So again, I'm going wide with the stance, wide with the hands. I'm going to bring it over to the side, look down, and then inhale, bring it up. So I'm just finding a nice lateral flexion from left to right. Reach it to the other side. Take your bottom hand as you do this. Give a little pull so you feel a little extra lateral flexion. Again, if that's bothering you, no pull. 1 more time. We're just kind of going left and right. Now bring it all the way up. This time, place the pole down, reach your hands, and step in tighter with the legs. Press that away, feel that lateral flexion occur. Hand not liking this, shoulder not liking it, put your elbow into bent position. And I'm just going to coast here a little bit as I press out and push into my hip, just inviting some lateral flexion into my spine. Inhale, exhale. More active would be this arm reaching, right? Totally optional. And then stay there. Spiral the top arm down through to the front. Fold forward. And then peel to tall. Give a little wiggle. And let's go ahead and bring that pole up again. Go over to the other side. Reach it. Let the pole slip down. Start with bent elbow if it feels a little more comfortable. And I'm just slowly pressing into it. This shoulder's down and away. And if I feel okay, I'm going to start that reaching with the top arm. Pushing my hips in opposition. And then go ahead and stay there when it's comfortable. Breathe as big as you can into those intercostals, you guys. Press that away actively. This arm's going to fold forward. I'm going to come all the way through to the front. And then give some little wiggles there. So we're just going to go into our figure 8. Start nice and wide. Small lateral rotation, legs wide. Bring it right down. And my body now is rounded. I'm going to go one hand over the other. And as I do that, it's going to go behind my foot if I can. And then lengthen all the way up. Come down. And then spiral through. Let's do it one more time this direction. Use your breath as you go. And then at the bottom, switch directions. Spiral the other way. Lift that heart. Bring it all the way down and spiral. And one more time, lift that heart. All the way down and spiral. We're at the bottom, just peel it up. Roll through those shoulders. Lovely. Go ahead and leave that bar just at the very front. We will use it. Sneak yourself to the very back. Start in sits bones parallel. And let's just reach the arms up. So let's just do some traditional flow here. Come all the way down, hands to the floor if you can get there. Walk it out to cat. 4, 3, knees down on 2 and 1. Uncurl the toes. Couple sternum drops for me, you guys. So my shoulders are stacked right over top of my wrists. My hips over top of my knees. Drop through your shoulder blades. Press away. And press. Go 2 more. And 1. Hold here. Curl your toes under. Pull your abs in and lift an inch. Hang out in that inch. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, a little short plank, 2, and 1. Lower the knees, uncurl the toes, reach the hands what feels too far forward, sink back rounded. Open up, go a little forward breathing here, you guys. Deepen into that breath.
reach those arms quite far. Feel those lats, and your shoulders are kind of wrapped up around your ears, but that's allowing you to get that nice line on the back and the side stretching out.
Come back into 4-point, but now bring your shoulders down and away. Curl the toes. We're going to go short plank 2. Take a little inhale. Exhale, lift the knees just an inch or 2, and then march one leg up, bring it down, march the other leg up, bring it down. So we're neutral spine, neutral pelvis. We're trying to keep the weight in the center between the hands and the legs, so it's quite evenly distributed as we are marching. Now, if this feels good, you can press up deeper and stretch that leg up. So I'm getting now calf stretch, hamstring stretch, and extension. And then come down almost to the floor and then press up the other side. So now we're getting those hips moving quite a bit more. Press away, and the shoulders are involved as well. So let's go 4 more. Bring it down. If you need to for an extra stretch just to hang out here, you can. We will go 2 more. And last one. Now leave both legs down. Walk your hands a little farther forward. Straighten it out and just kind of paw at the floor. Now, if that's not a strong enough paw, you can walk your feet in a little bit so you can get more stretch through the foot line. Shoulders sneak away from the ears. And just press into those toes. So we're activating those toes. We're moving through the foot. Drop your heels if you're able to, and deepen into your shoulders. Now I always find my hands slide on my mat. Maybe it's because I have a cheap mat, but I'm going to grab the side so I can deepen into my shoulder stretch. Tight, lift the heels, bend the knees. I want the shoulders here. So if the hamstrings are denying the shoulder stretch, lift and bend to get into the shoulders. One more big breath. And then bring your body weight over your hands, lower your knees, uncurl your toes, and then just slowly let that spine come all the way down. Go ahead and just kind of paddle out those legs a little bit, give a little no in the neckline. And we're going to do a little bit of Sphinx. So I'm going to bring my hands back in towards me and press up. So I'm making 11s with my hands. Watch you're not sinking into your shoulders. Legs are open, parallel as comfortable. I'm going to push away, draw my abs in a little bit, and shift my shoulders into my back pockets. I can look forward or straight up, depending on how that feels, not to the sky, towards the wall beside you or in front of you. Inhale, exhale. Nice, big, deep breaths here, you guys. Shift your shoulders down. In this position, let's just gently glance to the left and then glance to the right. Keep cycling that breath for me. Bring it to center. Push your elbows out to the side to allow you to come down. Now, relax your booty, relax your abs, and let's do floppies. All right, so I'm going to press up just to where I feel comfortable. So maybe for me right now, that's here. And I'm trying not to pull my abs in nor pull my pubic bone off the floor. I'm keeping it nice and open. Bring it down. If you want a bit more movement in the lower back, bring your hands closer. If it's about the upper back for you, put the hands farther forward. And let's press up again. I'm not concerned if the shoulders are coming up around the ears. I just want you to feel the movement in your spine. Try not to butt squeeze. And then slowly come down. We're just going to do one more. So your legs are reaching, but they're not actively reaching like we would do in prone positions. We were really finding that connection. And then bring it all the way down. Bring your pole back in a little closer so it's right by your chest. And press up. Curl your toes. Find yourself in your little down dog. Walk your feet towards your hands. Bend the knees as you need to. You're going to grab that pole at the bottom. Bend the knees, slowly fold and come all the way to tall. Lovely. Find that pole just centered. Find a nice big plie for me. If you don't need it, you don't have to use it. I need it for balance. So I'm just going to start my first plie. Just listen to your hips where your plies will go. Right? We're trying to come down, not between two planes of glass, but plied open and then come up. So plie down and rise up. That pull is just giving us a little sense of balance. And press and up. Let's go 3 more. And go 2. Now hold in the down. Lift your heels, lower your heels. Lift and lower. So again, minimal pressure into the pole, thinking more about that connection in the abs and that balance point. If you look at your feet, again, we try not to sickle, so don't roll out to your baby toe. Now keep your heels lifted, pulse the knees and hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, think bigger zipper, come tall, lower the heels. Go singles, plie, releve, grow tall, and lower. 2 more, plie, releve, lift and lower. Hopefully as you get warm, keep going, you will be able to go a little deeper. Reverse it, rise up, plie down, lower the heels, press tall, up and down, lower the heels. Stay here, lift and lower those heels. Whew, there she is. Let's go 2 more and 1. Now keep the heels lifted, lower one heel, lower the other. Now, if you can get that bar and hold your balance point, go ahead. So one heel is lifted the whole time. The other's going down, up to greet, down, up. So it's slow. It's nasty and slow. Go 2 more. Woo! 1, bar goes down, heels are lifted, press it to tall, lower the heels. Heel toe in and give a little shake on those legs. So we're going to do our side lateral leg lift series. Normally lie down. We're doing it in standing. Take the pole out to the side. My standing leg slightly laterally rotated. If I wanted to, I could have a hand weight in this hand. So if you're hand weighting, grab it. From here, slight bend, and this leg's going straight out from my hip socket. Now, torso stays neutral spine, neutral pelvis, but if I want to make it harder, I could reach farther and hinge deeper into my standing leg. Don't make it a flexion to get there. Harder would be this arm reaching even farther out, right? So find your spot, lift, lower. So if I look at that leg, it's coming straight out from my hip socket versus forward. Decide your tilt. 4 more. 3. So this is just side lying leg series in standing. Series 1. 2 more. And 1. Now stay here. Give me those circles. Inhale, exhale. So as I push my leg back, I should feel glute and ham. As I bring my leg forward, I should feel hip flexor kicking in a little bit there. But I am not letting myself wave back and forth. So remember, if you don't like this in standing, you could kneel or you could lie, right? So if for some reason the back is not inviting the standing or the hips are not, lie it down. Go 2 more, lay it down. 1 more. Now we're going to pull the knee in, kick it out. In, kick it out. Now as you pull in, bend your standing leg, kick both out. Let's go 4. Woo! 3. 2. If you're lying down, you're just pulling that top leg in and out. 1. Out and then tilt to come up. Lovely. Give a few little wiggles there. Switching sides, so either just rolling over, switching knees, or finding your position here. Small lateral rotation, bend your standing leg, hinge open and see where that will go. Right? So if you can get that arm farther out, do so. Watch as you put this arm farther out, you don't pop your shoulder. Right? We're still staying engaged down in that scapula, in the shoulder position. Weight is on the leg if you're using it. And just side leg lift series 1. Point flex. Find a natural breath. 4 more. Excuse me. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it as high as you're able to, and then go to your circles. So your circles might be down here. If they're down here, bring your body in line with that projection, right? Or that projection of your body. Go nice big circles. Go 3, and 2, and 1. Circle the other way. Let's go 4, and 3, and 2. Beautiful, you guys. Keep it reaching out there. Pull this leg in, press it out. And if that's working for you, make sure your standing leg is laterally rotated, but bend in, press away. Go as deep as you want. So this is my funky hip I'm standing on. So my squat is pretty minimal. Just listen to what your body's going to invite, right? Go 3 more. If you need to stand taller because of the hips or the back, do so. 2 more. And 1. Press it out. Bring it all the way up. Beautiful. Go ahead and place those weights kind of maybe a quarter of the way down your mat. And then just start yourself back. Take one big step forward, one big step back. Find yourself strong. So the pole is in my opposite of my front leg. If I want the weight, I can grab it and place it on the quad, or I can row it down and make an exercise with it. So I'm going to press away and pull in. So let's get that first. As you have it, you can start to row that top arm, pull it in, reach it away. Working for you, your weighted arm is going to follow the movement of the knee. So it comes towards you and then it moves away. Let's go 4 more. Neutral spine, neutral pelvis. 3, 2, 1. Stay in the forward. Wiggle that leg closer. That pole can move farther away if you want it to. Scale. Lower, lift. Squeeze the glute. Pull in those abs. Drop your shoulders. Go 5, 4, 3. Stretch that leg. 2, 1. Now pulse it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee and come all the way to the tall. From here, we're going to keep this hip here and pulse up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to go back with a tricep kick back. So right here, I'm going to kick it back and then pull it all the way forward and press it up. So I'm going all the way back and kicking out and then pressing up. Yes. Tick-tock back and forth. 1 and 2. Give me 1 more, you guys. Press it back. Bring it forward. Now we're going to take that leg. We're going to anchor the toe. Bring your pole back and drop to the ground. Theoretically. Watch your knees not going way over your toe. On this one, I'd like it to come back center. Let's go for 4, 3. Pulling the weight down from the sky. 2. You got it. Now stay in the down. Go ahead and place that weight down. If you're okay, pick up your pole. If you need your pole, leave it down. So careful here. Rotate to the back leg and then bring it around. Rotate to the back leg. Bring it around. Go 2 more. If you need to stand higher, that's fine. Rotate around if you can. Down you go. 1 more time. Rotate around. Look to the backhand. Bring it back. Put that pole down. Lower your knee. Uncurl your toe. Move forward on that front hip. And let's press in and out. Now, if it feels okay, you're going to row that in and out. So your weight load now is just getting more into a stretch. And then stay in the forward. I'm going to use that pole to press in close to my front leg to lengthen up my spine. Now, if that feels good, I can take my same hand as back leg, grab it, still use the balance of that pole in the front, and open up that chest, adding a little bit of opener through the leg and the hip. 1 more big breath. Slowly let that go. Push this hip back a little bit so you can laterally rotate out your front leg. Now, if you don't need the pole, this is where you're going to put it down. Hand can go down. Both hands can go down. You can go to your elbow. And again, this is where my movement's a little limited right now. So I've got my hand on my knee and my hand on the floor. If you can go lower, yeah, Kylie, you've got it. If you can go lower, Michelle, same thing. Go as low as you want here. Beautiful, you guys. Give a little gecko. Add a little rotation to that. Inhale, exhale. And then bring both hands to the front as you circle that leg all the way around. Now you're in your 4-point stance. So here's where I go a little numbnuts with my brain. I'm going to put both my weights to the side of the leg that's going to go forward next time. Otherwise, I'll forget. From here, give me a little cat-cow. So exhale, round up. Inhale, lengthen out. 1 more time, exhale, round out, angry cat. Lengthen it out. And then find yourself neutral. Curl the toes underneath. If you need to go down to your elbow and ottoman, you can. And I'm going to take this pole and I'm going to put it in my fist line down. I'm going to add some rotation here. So I'm going to lift the knees just an inch. Then I'm going to spin the knees to the pole direction and then bring that pole up as I look to the sky. Bring it all the way back around, face forward. Rotate the knees, then rotate the upper torso, then reach the arm. Bring the arm down so it's reaching. Now my pelvis and my hips follow. 2 more. Ribs and hips. Open, stretch to the sky. Bring it all the way down. And 1 more time. Open, stretch it up. Bring it all the way down and release. Just hold that pole in front as you round into a little bit of a child's pose. So I've got the pole underneath my fingers. It's my fingertips, and it's pulled in not super tight. It's about a good foot away. And then I'm just going to roll through the pole as I come down a bit and then round up. So only as far as my wrist, basically, the palm, and then my fingertips. So I'm deepening into my flexion here and then rounding to come up a bit. Go 2 more. Deepen in. Exhale, round up. 1 more time. Deepen in. Exhale, round it all the way up. Bring that pole in a little closer to your knees. Hands down, curl the toes, lift. Find your down dog. Give some little poodle wags left and right. Again, if you need to bend the knees, please do. Inhale, exhale, walk your hands in towards your feet. Bring your pole with you. And then bend your knees. And slowly come all the way up. We have that whole same sequence on the other side, right? So I'm going to step forward. So this is where I have both weights, indicating that would be the leg that needs to go forward now. My other leg is going to go back. I'm going to settle into this position first. See how happy I am. The pole is in the opposite leg to the leg that is forward. The weight is in the same hand as the leg that is forward. From here, we're going to start that digging in and out of that lunge position. If it feels good, I'm going to reach that arm. Now it feels good, I'm going to reach both arms. Reach and pull. So this is not a back leg bent lunge. The back leg is strong. I'm up on the ball of the foot. Be mindful how much you're weight bearing into that pole. Go 2 more. You can use it, but don't death grip it. 1 more. Now stay in the forward. Sneak that leg in a little bit. You can move the pole forward if you want more challenge. Teeter-totter up. Lower the leg, lower the arm, and lift. Lower, squeeze. Neutral on your back, guys. Try not to arch when you lift that leg. Go 2 more. And 1. Now bend that back leg and the front one. Come all the way up. Watch it and hike your hip. Pulse to the sky. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to do that forward and backwards, right? So my elbow comes up high. I do a tricep kick back. And then I press the knee and the arm to the sky when I stand up tall. Yeah. Pivot around your hip socket. And pivot around. Press. 2 more. Kick that out. And bring it up. 1 more time. Kick it out. Bring it up. Now in this one, we're going to kick it out lower to find our foot engaged to the floor. Wiggle it back and then sink into your lunge. So this time your back knee is bent strong, your chest is up. Habit will still be to go forward. I want you going down and then pull from the sky. How low down is totally up to you. Slow it down if you want to get a little deeper, right? Just slow it down a little bit if you want to get that knee almost hitting down. Just don't smack the knee, right? Go 2 more. And on this one, stay down. Go ahead and toss down that weight. If you're okay, bring up the pole. If you're not, keep it in the same hand as the front leg and then do your rotations. So I'm going to rotate and bring it to center. Inhale, rotate, bring it to center. Deepen if you can, get your chest up. Let's go 3 more. Exhale, 2, pull those abs in gently. And last one, bring it all the way to the front, place that pull down, lower that knee, uncurl the toe, sink back into the hip a bit. So I'm going to move my front foot forward, and I'm just going to pull in and out from that hip. So my front leg is quite far forward so that when my knee does go forward, it's not going way over the toe. I want to have a nice space in my back hip. And then if it feels good, we're going to stay in the stretch. You can keep the pull there and just lift the heart, or you can open up a bit deeper, or hold the pull in the same hand as leg, reach the opposite hand behind, and get a little bind going in there as I fall over. Lifting that heart, let's find that breath. One more big breath. Slowly let that go. Push your hips back. Again, you may or may not use the pull. Taking your front leg out to the side, laterally rotate it. You can bring your hands down. I'm going to take that pull, put it right beside me on the back leg. Now, again, if you can go deeper in gecko, guys, go for it. Go where your body goes. I'm going to stay up with my hands here, deep enough for my hips. Instead of going forward and backwards now, I'm going left and right. As I edge into it, I can sneak that elbow to my knee and I can push away and get a little more rotation in my spine if it's invited. Inhale, exhale for me, you guys. And then bring it back to center. Circle that leg all the way back and draw it in. So we're in our 4-point stance again, neutral spine, neutral pelvis. That pole is going in my fist, holding to the side. So I actually have my other arm slightly farther in front than my pole side. Curl the toes, lift an inch. Now rotate the knees, then pull the arm up, look, and stretch the arm up. And then bring it all the way back sequentially. So hips and pelvis first, then pull the arm in, then rotate your upper torso, then reach the arm. Arm comes in, rotate that back to the floor, then rotate the pelvis. So you're really getting a twisting sensation here. Pull and reach, bring it in, reach for the floor first, then derotate. One more time. Rotate, pull, and reach. Pull it in, find the floor, bring it back, release that out. Pedal off your toes, just leave your pole where it is. Sink back, roll the shoulders. We're going to take that pole behind us. Hold it as wide as you need. If you do not need, actually do hold the pole no matter what, because we're going to move it in and out. So go ahead and come up into your 2-point. Have a small lateral rotation. Shoulders are down. My thumbs are wrapped the same direction as my fingers versus my thumbs over. And I'm just going to push those arms behind me. So if I'm tight and I notice myself rounding forward, I'm going to widen out my stance of my hands. I'm going to exhale, reach, inhale down. So it's just going up and then coming to the glute. One more time. Now take your hands a little bit closer. I'll just turn here. Closer. I'm going to wrap my thumbs this time, let my elbows go out to the side, and do an upright row behind my back. Watch your shoulders don't lead the movement. Bend your elbows to allow this to curl up and down. Go 4 more. And 3. Waking up those triceps and those posterior deltoids a bit. 2 more. And 1. So we're going to combine here. We're going to push out with straight arms. Come home. Upright row behind your back. Again, push out. Pull in, upright row, and down. Last time, push out. Pull in, upright row. Bring it around. Bring the pole all the way to the front. Lateral rotation, small supported spine. You can use your pole here, or if your thighs are ready to go, thigh stretch, you can bring it up. I'm going to hold mine down for the first one. I'm going to lie back with my thighs first, kind of take an evaluation. Where's the hips? Where are the hamstrings feeling? Or the hamstrings and the quads, should I say, the quads and the hip flexors. Lift your heart, extend it open, bring your heart and your head back in, and then pull your torso back up. Now, if you're happy with it, pole comes up, right? I lean back, quad, shoulders roll open, head rolls open, still working for me. The arms are heavy. They can go up. Careful here. Arms come back, head comes back in, and torso comes up. One more time. Lie back with your thighs. Shoulders retract a little bit, heart lifts, cervical joins the party. Extend it open. Bring it back. tuck the chin, pull it all the way forward. Beautiful. Place that pole to the front of your mat. Curl your toes. Find your little down dog here, you guys. Paddle it out, whatever feels good. Inhale, exhale, and then walk your feet towards your hands. Bend as you need to. So I'm at the very front of my mat now. I'm going to grab my pole. I'm going to bring my hands either to my shins or the floor. I'm going to lift up on the balls of the feet, and I've rolled down into a tight ball. My knees are fully bent. I've rolled down, but my heels are lifted. And I'm just going to roll back from there and then sit tall in my booty. Yep. Have your heels into the corners of your mat. If you're tight, you're going to sit up on a block for your hamstrings or bend the knees. And then I'm going to reach that pole. I'm holding it quite wide. Shoulders are down into my back pockets, neutral spine, neutral pelvis. And I'm going into my twist. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Pull a little bit with the backhand. Look to the backhand. Rotate a bit more. So my front arm's a bit bent. My back arm's really quite straight and reaching. And I'm going to look at my knees and make sure I didn't get shorter with one side. And then bring it back to center. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. So I'm kind of bow and arrowing here. So I'll just kind of show you. From here, when I turn, I'm bending this elbow in and I'm pushing this arm back and then I'm rotating farther into that back arm. Beautiful. And then bring it all the way back to center. So normally those arms stay the same. We're tweaking it. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Take that front hand, push into that rotation a little bit. Watch you're not sitting backwards. And then bring it all the way forward. Last time. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Rotate a little bit more. Get that movement. Bring it to center, release that down, roll those shoulders. Bring your feet in tight, sneak forward, slide that bar underneath the knees, and grab underhand. So I'm going nice and wide. I'm going to go into open leg rocker. I'm going nice and wide, and I'm just going to do some sacral rocks. I'm pushing the bar up into my knee. My elbows are facing down. My fingers are facing up. I'm underhand palm. Scoop, roll off, find your sits bones. Rounded, and then sit back to tall, feet go down at the same time. Exhale, scoop and roll back. So I'm going from a flexion into a deeper flexion. When I sit tall, I'm still tucked in the lumbar spine. All right, so it's still in flexion, and then my thoracic just lengthens, but it doesn't go into extension. And then I come towards tall sit. Now, in this time, if it's doable, stay sitting off your sits bones. Push that bar down somewhere along the legs. I'm going to go right to my Achilles, and I'm going to open up my legs wide and stretch them up and bring them down. So now I'm holding wide, and I'm holding with my fingertips. It might be down by my ankles. It might be mid-calf. It's all good wherever it is for you. The spinal position is not changing. I am balancing in open leg rocker balance. Lift up, lift down. As long as you're breathing, we're all good. I like an inhale as I lift up. Exhale as I go down. Now, either keep the knees bent or straight is more challenging, more traditional. I'm going to roll back and then come forward. Oh, and my lower back's not coming forward. And then, so I'm going to bend the knees because it didn't happen for me. Roll back. I'm going to straighten in the roll back, but bend when I come forward. My back is not open enough to allow me to have legs straight. If your back is open enough to come up with legs straight, do so. Mine's fighting it. Reach it. And pull it in, but I am straightening the legs when I roll back. So I'm going to straighten them here, and then I'm needing to bend them when I come forward. 2 more. Lengthen it back. Don't lead with your head. Lead with your abs crunching deeper. 1 more time. Press it back. Find your balance. Lower those legs. Ooh, that's a tough one. Go ahead and let yourself roll all the way down, and let's windshield washer. So I'm taking that pole above my head, and I'm just going to sway my knees, kind of like 90-90s, in a lying down position. So my pelvis is moving with my knees, but I'm allowing more movement to happen through my hips. And then we're going to do a little reset of tabletop. Hip flexors were definitely turned on there, or at least mine were. Creature of habit. I'm going to knee fold one, knee fold the other. Use that to roll up. Just place the pole to the side. Fingertips are going to face your booty. Feet are coming in towards sits bones, and I'm just going to lift into the shoulders. So if my knees are going way over my toes, like right here, I'd walk my feet out so that when I lift up, I'm getting shoulders as well as hips and glutes opening up, hip flexors to the sky. And bring it down. Let's just do 2 more like this. Exhale and press. Inhale and down. Gentle drawn of the abs for stability, and press, squeeze those little booties, and bring it down. Give me 1 more. Exhale and squeeze. Let's hold here for 5, 4. If that's hard on the neck, look through to the knees. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, and bring yourself down to your elbows with your hand kind of in an L shape, which is going to go into the nook of your booty, and then extend your legs out. So this is where I'm going to start this one. It's a front support. All right, I lied. It's back support. But what I'm going to do is laterally rotate out my feet and lift my hips up. So I'm going to try and turn this way. I'm probably too close to the wall. But in this position, I'm going to turn my feet out. I'll come in closer. Hopefully you can see this. Pretend my legs are straight. I'm going to turn my feet out and try and put a bit of pressure into the sides of my feet as I lift my booty off into a reverse extension. Hold that up there. And then bring it down. So if you're okay here, you are welcome to go from your hands. So I'm going to press and lift and bring it down. So if my wrists are okay, I'm going to come this way. I'm still having my fingers face my bum. And then I'm going to press, and there's this longer plank occurring, and bring it down. Now, if your wrists are not having that, please stay on your elbows and your shoulders, right? Let's go ahead and lift. My vision's going to the sky. I'm squeezing that booty, and then I'm bringing it down. And 1 more time, and lift. You can thank Lisa for this because she reminded me this is such a hard exercise. And bring it down because, of course, she chose this one for my test out. Thank you, Lisa, for that. Go ahead and lift, but we're going to take it to the next level. I want you to push really hard into your left leg, and I want you to bring your right leg up without sinking your hips. Woo! Go 2 more lifts. Lift and lower. Doesn't have to be big. Lift and lower. Bring that booty down. We're going to give those arms a little bit of a break. Wiggle into that. So when we get into the higher tiers, the arm position when you stabilize, it's actually really quite hard. Go ahead and turn it this way. You can have your hands facing away. Just watch you don't jam out the elbow, right, into a locked out position when you're doing it. All right, so let's roll it up again. Find those feet reaching. Now we're going to hold the opposite leg down, and you're going to see how pathetic this side is for me. It's a little lift and lower, and this side doesn't come nearly as high. It's just not as strong. That's okay. Go 2 more, and go 1. Bring it all the way down. That was just ugly on me. And roll it down. Beautiful. Sneak those feet in. Grab that bar. Roll it down vertebrae by vertebrae. Place the feet nice and strong. Little bit of bridge work here. So you could use your weights or you could use your bar. Weights would be harder because they're heavier, right? No headrest. And I just want you to hinge. So we've been peeling a lot. So I just want you to think like your back like a bridge. Lift the hips and lower the hips. 1 large bridge. From there, I'm just going to do a chest press to the sky and bring it back in. Exhale, lift, squeeze that booty. Inhale down. Take a quick glance down at your hips and make sure one hip isn't higher than the other. That the legs, when you lift out, are not kind of rotating open or dropping to the inside. And let's go 2 more. Now stay in the lift, and I want you to give a little bit of an internal rotation with your heels. So a little bit of lateral rotation, heels are coming in a bit. Now lower your hips, stay neutral, squeeze your knees together and lift. Lower and lift. We're going to change the arms. The arms are now going over the head, so it goes over and comes to my thighs. Let's go for 4. Squeeze those inner thighs right together. Squeeze your booty up. Let's go 4 more. And 3. Good squeeze on those glutes. Last 2. And now squeeze your knees right together. Reach that bar to the sky. Pulse up. Squeeze. Squeeze. Let's go 8, 7. Little booty lift. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it all the way down. Just go ahead and take that pull behind one knee. Straighten out the other leg if doable. If not, keep the leg straight. Reach that up and see if you can kind of run that bar along the leg somewhere to hold it into a hamstring stretch. So I'm trying to run it along and then hold where I feel a nice stretch into that hammy. I'm going to point and flex the foot a little bit. If you feel more comfortable using a strap on this, please do. And then let that come all the way down. Sneak the other leg in. Extend it, run that up, and pull that in towards you. And then point and flex. This leg can be straight if you feel okay with it, you guys. Your bottom leg, right? Yeah, there you go. Go 2 more, point and flex for the foot, and 1. Let it come all the way back down. Bring that bar around, and then grab behind those knees to roll it up. So we did our side laterals in standing. We're going to go to our extensions. Come all the way forward. Take a moment to do a couple more floppies in your own body. I'm just going to get that microphone off. So I'm going to come down and I'm just going to wiggle to start with, just to find that. If my weights are going to be in the way, I'm going to move them forward so that I have a movement with my arms to go here. Inhale, exhale, booty loose, abs loose. If I'm feeling okay, I'm going to bring my hands. I'm going to do a couple floppies. I have a lateral rotation, open as comfortable. I'm just going to press up. Pubic bone is staying down. Just see where that's going to go. So hip flexors are getting opened here. Lower back is getting involved. Thoracic and cervical are lengthening. And then bring it down. Let's go 1 more. If I bring my hands in closer and press up, I can get more movement into the lower back. Just see how those hips feel. I'm not going all the way up. You don't have to. And then bring it down. Now we're going to make a purposeful swan. So I'm going to bring my heels into my bum. I'm going to laterally rotate out my legs. I'm going to actively reach. I'm going to find the corners of my mat. You might need to look to make sure you're equal on both sides in your turnout. And then make sure your pubic bone's coming down the center of your mat. Have your hands in swan, pull your abs in, actively squeeze the glutes slightly, and then lengthen. So this one's connected, right? So my pubic bone very well might come off here. Nice strong inhale. Exhale, gently bring it down. Let's go again. Push the marble with your nose, shoulders into back pockets. So we're just doing our swan dive. 1, and then bring it down. We're going to go into swan dive 2. I'm going to press, lengthen up. Now, as I come down, I won't come all the way down. I'll come part way down, squeeze your right butt cheek, and lift that leg. So I've come down to my elbows, but my thoracic and cervical are still lengthened. And then as that leg goes down, I'm going to teeter-totter up again. And then I'm going to come down, and the other leg is going to actively reach. And then lengthen up. And then come down, actively reach the opposite. Straight leg, squeeze the glute. And lengthen up. Draw those abs in the entire time. And then lengthen down, squeeze the glute. Just coming to the elbows, thoracic still extended. And then lengthen up. And pull yourself all the way down. Child's pose if you want. I'm just going to lie down, turn my cheek, and wiggle my tailbone from left to right. Inhale, exhale. We are going to go into double leg kick. I'm going to use the bar in the small of my back. If you've got the not the momentum, please, not the momentum. If you have the range of motion, just going to get rid of that bar for a second, to interlace my hands and let my elbows go floppy here and then turn a cheek, please go right ahead. I'm going to use the bar today to do that. And then let my arms go floppy. So on this, your hands can't get down because you just can't. You're holding on to the bar. So that is what it is. We're going to warm up the neck first. I want you to turn your cheek fully so your ear plugs into the floor. Now, if your shoulders are just feeling too much stretch here, just let them lie down by the side of your body for now. So I've just laid mine down and I've turned my cheek fully. So I've got a tight neck right now and I actually feel a pretty damn good stretch as I'm just kind of doing a shoulder check. And I'm just going to find a couple breaths there. So my voice should feel a bit muted because you have one ear solidly turned to the floor, if you can. And then bring that head up and just turn your nose and then plug in the other side. And again, just stay there for a few moments. Just trying to allow that neck to relax off. If this is hard with your hands by your side, you can just kind of bring them here to the sides. Let your elbows release. See if that will calm. And then when you're okay, reach it long. Maybe that doesn't happen. My shoulders are dropping down. I'm not worried about them being lifted. And then bring yourself back to center. So we're just going to start with Superman. My legs are open as comfortable, parallel. My nose is to the floor. Now, if that's really uncomfortable on your neck, turn your cheek. All good. I'm going to turn my cheek. My shoulders are dripping. Now I'm going to pull my shoulders equal to my ears, turn my nose so it's just off the floor, actively reach my arms, pull my abs in, and then just straighten the legs and lift the foot off like a quarter of an inch. Now lift your hands off a quarter of an inch. This is Superman. There's no extension going on anywhere in the spine. We're in neutral. We just feel lengthened, but all the extensor muscles are turned on because we're holding against gravity. Turn your cheek the other direction. Let everything flop down but your abs. And then exhale, go back into just that little hovering Superman. So it's a tier 1 exercise, but it's actually quite difficult to hold here nice and long. And then turn the cheek and relax it down. And one more time, press it up. Again, it's not a massive lift yet. And then turn the cheek and relax. Now in this turn cheek position, grab your bar or your hands, double leg kick. So from here, the hands are into the small of the back. I'm going to flex my heels, flex my foot, and kick it into my bum for 3. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. As I push my heels out, point my toes, my hands follow that lead, and I extend. So I'm now in lateral rotation, open as comfortable. Try not to look straight up. The head is in line, shoulders are back, and then pull that bar into the small of the back. Turn your cheek, 3 pumps. 1, 2, 3, reach. So it's inhale, 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 exhale. Yeah, and don't take my inhale forward. If you feel it more natural to exhale, please go ahead, just breathe. So I could go exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, lengthen up, or I could do it the other way around. 1, 2, 3, and reach. As long as I'm breathing, I'm happy. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Actively reach, pull those abs in. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Hold the reach. Lower back kicking in, either pull your abs in tighter, lower the legs a little, or lower them fully. If you're holding just your hands together, undo them, and now press to the sky and down. So you don't have to have the bar. If you do, fine, use it. You can lift those legs off slightly, actively reaching, and I'm staying in thoracic lengthened, cervical lengthened. If I need to, I can hover down to Superman, right? Superman would be okay here. Lift and lower those arms into shoulder extension. Go for 3. Exhale, 2. Nice, you guys. 1, release it down, bring the pull to the side of your body, push back into whatever recovery is yours from that extension. Most people in general are going to want to drop that tailbone heavy and give a little rounding. If that's not where you want to go, sit tall and kind of go into a bit more of a beach pose if it feels better. Wherever it feels good for you. So we're going to get into a little bit of rotation. We're going to start with thread the needle, and then we're going to go a little deeper with the pole. You won't need the pole for thread the needle. Come into your 4-point stance, and then I bring the hand to the side that I'm going to rotate. I bring that hand closer, and I internally rotate. So I'm here in normal, right? I'm going to bring it closer, slightly internally rotate, because that way when I come down, this is just more natural, feels more natural. So I'm not quite 4-point. This hand's going to thread down by my knee. I'm going to dip, try and get that shoulder down, tuck your neckline in a little bit. If it feels okay, reach the arm to the sky. You can anchor that shoulder to open it a bit deeper. Tough place to find some breaths, but let's try it. One more big breath. Hand comes down, press all the way out. Give a little no on the neckline, and then reset the other one. So bring that hand closer, internally rotate, reach it, and then sneak that down there. Once you're down there, go right ahead and reach or bind behind your hip. I find if I push a little bit of my body weight forward, if my chin is tucked in quite tight, I'll get a really nice stretch down through the neckline into the shoulder. There's a nice set of muscles that attach down there. I get a nice little stretch, like you're about to do a shoulder roll, but don't complete it. And then slowly come out, if that makes any sense at all. Ooh, come all the way up to tall. Give that head a little left, right. And then we're going to stay here in the tall. Now, if you don't like this one, you are welcome to go back to thread the needle or any movement that you are comfortable with. I'm quite wide. I'm laterally rotated. I'm holding my bar quite wide. And then I'm going to take the bar to one side. Now, if I'm a little tighter, I'm going to hold it higher. If I'm okay, that hand will be lower. I'm going to anchor that. And from there, I'm going to drop that shoulder down between my legs. Now, if maybe I get all the way down there, I'm going to slide my hand down to the floor, drop the shoulder, take that top arm, pull it in. Top arm pulls in. Don't like this? Do thread your needle again. Now push that top hand away, press into the bottom one, use your core, and up we come. Yep. So I'm going to anchor it. Slowly bring the shoulder down. This hand is sliding to the bottom so that I can slowly placing that hand down or that arm down to the floor. And then going to pull in that back top hand towards my rib cage. Big breath. Exhale, push that hand away, push into the bottom hand. See if you can get your hand, not your hand, but the rest of your arm off. Use your core to lift it and then come out of your rotation. So that little lift when you're out here, that is all rotation core, right? Bring it back. Let's do it one more time. But this time, if you want, send your leg out. Groin issues, you may not want to do that. Reach, place it down, and then down we go. Pull that in. A little more rotation. Let your hip shift with that hand pulling down. Get the heel down, get the hand down, and bring it all the way up. Nice. Switch. Remember, you don't have to choose this leg reaching out, right? It is going to shift and slide as you go. Reach it. I get down here first by sending my booty back. This hip bugs me, so I send my booty back. If you can be straight up and down on the hip, do so. Hand goes down. Slowly come down. This side's a little slower for me. Pull that hand in. Shift your hip a little bit. Big breath to the sky. Shift that hip away. And come all the way to tall. Woo! Those are tough ones. Place that bar to the front. Hands to the floor. Lift up. Play here for a moment, guys. Pot those feet, shoulders away from your hair, shoulders away from your heels. You just go there. From the ears. My shoulders and my ears and my feet, my toes. I don't know my body parts today, evidently. Walk your feet in towards your hands. Bend your knees as you need to. We're going to ragdoll, so I have a small lateral rotation. I'm going ragdoll with support. My elbows are on my knees. My head is dangling, looking through. If you can do full ragdoll without that support, go right ahead. And then I'm just going to slowly stack it to tall. We're going to get a little mini neck stretch here. Go ahead, grab that pole. Take it behind on one side of your spine. So I'm holding it on my left. I'm touching it over to my right. I'm going to take this hand and go as high as I can. And then I'm going to pull down on that pole, getting into my tricep. From there, I'm going to laterally flex over to the bottom hand side. I'm going to look down to the floor. Press the hips out. Nice big breath there. And then exhale, slowly come up. Take that top hand now. Pull your bottom hand across your back and pull up on the bar. And you might need to kind of slide your hand down to pull up farther to get movement into the scapula. My shoulder, my scapula will wing. I'm okay with that. I'm looking at making some space between my shoulder blade and my rib cage here. And then slowly let that bottom hand release out. Take your bottom hand to the top of the pole. Move it to the other side of your spine so that you can grab the pole initially with the reverse hand. And then take that reverse hand, pull down. So I'm getting the tricep first. And then I'm going to laterally flex the opposite direction. So my bottom hand, I'm flexing to that side, looking to the floor. Turn your cheek to look at the bottom shoulder as you tuck your head behind. Big breath. Big breath. And then slowly come up. This time, pull up with the top hand. Tuck your bottom elbow back and in. Make some space. And here you might have to shift your hand down that pole a bit to get some space happening there. And then breathe nice and big. So your anterior deltoid's getting a pretty big stretch here. Neutral spine, neutral pelvis, or go ahead with this position to have a little bit more anterior booty. That would be fine. And then slowly let that come out. Whoop, hit your wall. Take that pole down, give a few little wiggles into the legs, a little movement into the arms, and let's finish with the standing breath, guys. So nice strong inhale as we lift the heart. Exhale, hands down, center heart, little wiggle on the neckline. Reverse it for me. Open your hands, pull your clamshell back, lift your heart, bring it all the way around. Whew, we are done.